Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lara, or Lara Likes Mascara. Today I'm going to be taking you through the process that I undertake when a makeup item in my collection has sort of come to the end of its life. So there's two possibilities in this scenario. One is that I have finished a product, there is nothing left, no one else can use it. It's actually at the end of its life, and the other one is that I am decluttering it. I no longer want it, and so, it's not technically at the end of its life, but it is at the end of its life in my collection. Of course, there's also some products that, they're expired, and so I need to get rid of them, so I'll be talking about that as well. But I've been thinking about this video for a while because I don't just throw my makeup in the garbage when I don't want it anymore. There are specific things that I do, and I do think that I've discussed them before, but I've never done a dedicated video about it. So I hope that this can be helpful for you, and let's just get into it. I will also be doing a little makeup haul at the end, secondhand makeup haul. None of this stuff was purchased new. It was decluttered to me. So I hope that is fun for you, but if not, you can just skip the end of the video. No worries if makeup hauls are not your thing. I am all about enjoying what you have on this channel and going on a no buy or low buy, really curating your collection. And I know that showing a makeup haul might incentivize some people to buy makeup, so just trying to be sensitive to that. But anyways, I actually have a bunch of stuff here just to show as an example of how I'm doing sort of at the halfway point this year. These are actually the things that I am decluttering so far this year. I think I'm missing a couple of items because I do decluttering / empties videos every other month, and so the stuff from May is actually not included in this because I will be showing that in my next decluttering and empties video. So this is everything from January to April that I have decluttered in my collection. Got an eyeliner, I have a couple of lip products, eyeshadows. A lot of these things are in really good condition, like this one I've never even opened, so I do want to try to get these items to a new home. The other category, as I mentioned, is stuff that I have finished. These are empty, so not necessarily just makeup. We've also got hair care, skincare, and then, there is some makeup in here. You can see a cut open foundation here. What I would do with all of this stuff is actually take it to L'Occitane. This might not be available where you are. If there's a L'Occitane close to you, they should take your makeup empties. This is a free process, and you actually get 10% to purchase products from L'Occitane. If you would like, when you do this, I would not recommend doing that unless you really want or need something, because that's essentially just like incentivizing you to buy stuff. Anyways, what I would do is take all of this stuff, make sure that it is all clean and empty. So this is the Urban Decay setting spray. So I would have not only made sure that this is empty, but I actually would have gone in and washed it out with some soap and water. It does have a bit of a scent still of the product, but I did my best. So just like recycling, make sure all of your products are clean before you recycle them. This is a candle, so I made sure to get out the wax. All clean in there. There's a L'Occitane fairly close to me, so I would just go on, take this, and drop it off. You should probably call to make sure that your L'Occitane does take items. I'd saved up all of my empties from 2021, and then I went into L'Occitane to drop them off. I actually went, I'm pretty sure it was like February by the time I actually got around to taking those items, but I did film a couple of clips from when I did that just to sort of show you the process. So I will insert some of them towards the end of the video if you are interested in seeing that process. I also sort of talk through what happened when I had an item that was expired, because let's say it's a lipstick, there's still product left in that lipstick, but you're not going to use it. You can't bring it to them with product still in it, so just making sure that you get rid of the actual product itself and then recycling it with them. So that is step number one. That is what you do with your empties. If you don't have access to a L'Occitane, there are other programs like TerraCycle, I believe, that you can mail in your empties. I think there is a cost associated with this, so I will insert some information about that here. And there are some other programs, which I will include some information about right here as well. I'm doing a little bit more research now, and it seems like options have expanded, so it's not just L'Occitane anymore that is taking makeup empties. Deciem, which is like owns The Ordinary, is also doing this program, at least in my area, in my city, which is fantastic because, you know, there's just more options. Also, Holt Renfrew is doing this, but again, this might just be in my city, so I really think it's particular to what city you're in, so I would just recommend looking up what's available to you. Also, if you aren't close to anything, you are able to actually get a prepaid shipping label from TerraCycle for free and ship your stuff to them, your empties. So I would check if that is an option for you as well. There are also specific brands like MAC and Lush which do accept your makeup empties from those specific brands, and then in return you get an item free. So that's good to know if you are very loyal to one brand. And apparently just last month, Walmart Canada announced that you can bring in your makeup empties to their stores. This is a partnership with L'Oreal. So I don't know if that's in place yet or it will be, but just things to look out on the horizon. Positive changes are coming. Again, recycling is not the final destination. That's not what we want. What we want is to reduce our consumption overall, but this is a step. So again, this is about the first third to first half of the year. This is going to grow by quite a bit by the end, I suspect, because last year I took in a lot of stuff and I actually had to go 2 separate times because I had so much stuff, but hopefully that will not be the case with you, or of course you can go multiple times a year if you want to. I just need to keep all of my empties all year because I do have a YouTube channel and I show all the products on YouTube. I am hopeful that over time, more and more products will be recyclable through your, area's regular recycling system. I do wonder about this kind of thing where, it is a shampoo container, so you would think it's recyclable, but because I'm going to L'Occitane anyways, I will just take it with me just in case. But I would double check your area's recycling program just to see what they take if you don't have a L'Occitane available to you. But I do think we are seeing changes with makeup companies, them trying to create products that are more easily recyclable rather than having to go to a specific makeup recycling type of location. Anyway, so that is the first step because there's kind of only one thing you can do when you finish makeup, get rid of it in one way or another. The next step is decluttering items that you no longer want. And of course, there's a ton of different ways that you can do this. So let's talk through what I do and I'll give you some other alternatives as well. So I am a big fan of Buns, which is not available everywhere, but it started here in Toronto, so it is flourishing here. Here is the biggest location for Buns, but it's basically an app where you can trade products. So think of like a Poshmark or something, except that instead of one person giving cash and one person giving a product, both people trade a product and you trade in person. So I talk about Buns all the time because I use it for like everything. I actually don't really obtain too much makeup on there, but I get a ton of miscellaneous other stuff. And I just love it because it's, more environmentally friendly to not go out there and shop firsthand. And you're also, using the circular economy in your area and you're giving items a second life. I think all of these products have been posted on Buns or will be if they have not been already. Here's an example. I barely got any use out of this. This is in my pan those eyeshadows for a while, but I just realized I don't use colors like this. The reason I first go to Buns rather than, Poshmark or something like that is because I don't think that my makeup is like the greatest. I think that if I had nicer, newer makeup and like a lot of high-end stuff, then I would post it on somewhere like Poshmark or Facebook Marketplace and try to get back some of the value for it, like cash. But because I've had these for so long, I just don't think that anyone would really be interested in paying for them. So I'm fine with just posting them on Buns and hopefully getting something nice in return. But I do encourage you, if you have products that you've like barely touched and are fairly new or expensive, you can definitely try to get some of the value back by posting them on like Poshmark or Depop or something. Another option is to donate to some kind of charity or like a women's shelter, but I believe you can only do this if the products have not been opened, for obvious reasons. They want to make sure that things are safe and sanitary. And I would also advise you to call ahead of time to find out, which places are taking items and which items, because you don't want to just cause more issues by dumping a bunch of unwanted product on some women's shelter who is already overflowing with product, because then all of your stuff will just, be thrown out anyways. You do have to be mindful about where these items are going, and sometimes it is actually better to just sell products to people who want them and will get use out of them than just donating and hoping that someone will use them. It's sort of the same with clothing. People assume that it's good to donate your old clothing, but if you're just dropping it off at like a Value Village or Goodwill or something, you don't know what's going to happen to that clothing, and a lot of the time it will just go in the garbage or get shipped overseas and contribute to the decimation of clothing markets. Ooh, what is it called? There is this place, Aja Barber talked about this in her book Consumed, how basically the West is just like destroying clothing markets in Africa because all of our clothing gets shipped over there. But anyways, yeah, so even with clothing as well, I would actually advise you trying to sell your clothing or give it to a friend or post it on Buns or Facebook Marketplace or something, because then the people who are getting the clothing are actually going to use it. So you do need to be careful about those sorts of things. But anyways, back to makeup. And this also comes back to, if you are looking to get something back from your makeup, or if you just want it out of your life, like all this stuff, I just want it to go somewhere. And if I want to get some money from it, then that'll just probably be a longer process and more work, and I just want this gone. And so what happens after I post it on Buns, if, it's been a couple months and nobody is interested in it, then I will often do just kind of like a bulk post on my local Facebook Buy Nothing group, which is, you may have this in your area. I would just look up Facebook Buy Nothing Manhattan or wherever you live and see if there's a group like this, and it's great because you can often find anything you need there, and it's just a good place to post your items knowing that someone is inevitably going to want it. So I would probably post these all together, or maybe in 2 separate batches, just being like, does anyone want this makeup? I have a couple of eyeshadows, and then maybe I'll do another post with my lip products, and then that will sort of all go together. And that way they're out of my life, didn't cause me too much stress. I didn't get compensated for it, but at least I know they went to a good home. So again, it just depends on what you're looking to get out of it. Another option that I didn't mention is to give it away to friends and family. So the reason that I don't do this personally is that, well, first of all, family, my mom and sister actually do not wear any makeup, so that's out of the question, and I don't see my extended family super often. In terms of friends, I do have friends who are interested and wear makeup, but I don't have any friends who are like super into makeup, and also this stuff is just like, if it's a lot older, then I don't think that they would necessarily want it. And I also don't want to have friends take products just because they feel like they need to if they don't actually want it. And then again, it just ends up not being used again by a second person. So that is why, I'll post it on these websites. But if you have a close circle of friends who do all love and enjoy makeup, I would highly recommend doing some kind of makeup trade, makeup meetup, makeup exchange. I actually used to host clothing swaps a couple times a year with my friends, and I think this kind of thing would be really fun to do, but like a makeup swap or even a makeup and clothing swap, get a group of people and, everyone bring stuff. And in some ways, this is easier than giving items to someone you don't know, because certain products, you might be okay with using it if a friend passed it on to you, things with like doe foot applicators or even like lipsticks, but you might not feel comfortable getting that kind of thing from a stranger. So there is just a different dynamic there. I actually went to a clothing swap this past weekend, but I've never been to an actual makeup swap, and I can see the reason why those haven't really become a thing yet. But anyways, I think with your friends, they would work out really well. So I actually did this with my friend Shawna Rapari. I will link her here. We talk about each other on our channels a lot because we do similar content and we live fairly close by, so we've met up a couple of times in person. So I am actually going to show you the products that Shawna and I exchanged because I'm super excited about this. She brought way more to the table than I did. I will just say off the bat, I did not realize how many products I was going to get out of this, but she was just like, just take them. So super appreciative about that. Thank you so much, Shawna. Well, almost everything that I've tried so far, I'm like, this is a perfect addition to my collection. I exchanged 2 products that I had with her, which I didn't like anymore, and she seems to be loving them, so I'm super happy about that. But yeah, let me just show you the products. And also, a lot of these brands I had never even tried before because they're like somewhat newer, or I just didn't have on my radar before my no buy, so that makes it even more exciting. So this, she gave me an actual palette, a Huda palette. So this is the Nude Light palette from Huda Beauty. Look how pretty it is. It honestly seems like Shawna barely touched this except for one shade, which I'm very happy about. This one here I think she's used, but I was using this matte shade this morning to get this look, and it seemed like I was the first one using it, like it had never been touched before. I actually used all of these products to get my makeup look today, so almost my whole face is products that Shawna decluttered to me. I definitely would not have bought this myself because it is not necessarily my color story, but there's a couple shades in here that I think I'm really going to enjoy, and I am definitely intrigued by that purple shade. Again, I don't know if I will like it, but I haven't worn purple in a long time, so I'm excited to find out. From this palette, I actually only use that matte shade in the crease, but I'm filming another video after this and I might put some of that purple all over the lid, so stay tuned for next week's video where I may or may not be wearing this. She also decluttered this, are they called BB creams? Yeah, right? So this is a beauty balm. I haven't owned a beauty balm in like many years, and this wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I was kind of thinking that it would be thinner, but it's basically just like a light coverage foundation. So yeah, this basically just feels like a lightweight foundation. It's actually heavier coverage than the CoverGirl Clean Fresh foundation. So I'm like, what makes this a BB cream? I don't know, but I actually really like it, and the tone works on me really well. She also gave me these two Fenty Beauty products, which I was probably the most excited about because I only have one Fenty product and I absolutely love it. Look how stunning this is. This is the Diamond Balm. So I'm wearing a bit of this all over my lids today, and it's just a beautiful rosy gold shimmer. I love the packaging. I love that it's this like reflective goldy silver kind of shade. Actually, yeah, let's do a close-up of my look so you can see how all of these products are wearing. And then this Fenty Glow in Cheeks Out. So this she told me was a blush, but I've actually been wearing it as a bronzer, which I quite like. The only thing is that it's got some shimmer particles in there. So I just feel like my whole face is glowing, like not just my highlight, but you know, even in my cheekbones. I really like it, and I like that these are small too. It's like less intimidating. I kind of just generally like minis better. You might be wondering about my lip product because I never wear any kind of gloss, but this is actually a Tower 28 lip gloss in Spicy. Now, if you watched my videos before, you know I do not like lip gloss, but I was so tempted by this because I've heard so much about Tower 28 glosses, and just as a brand, people love it, so I thought I would give it a try. I still don't like it. This is the one product that I'm like, that I don't love out of all of the ones I've tried so far, but I think that's just me. I think I just don't like lip glosses. I mean, it's just a lip gloss to me. I think the difference is if you're someone who already really likes lip glosses, then this is just like a little bit better, and so that would be exciting. But if you're someone who doesn't like lip glosses, a slightly different formula is not gonna get you to love lip glosses. Do you know what I mean? So I do like the color. I don't mind how it looks on me, but I think lip glosses are just impractical, not just for me in particular. So I have my water bottle here. I feel like when I drink water, I have to like waterfall it. You know what I mean? I can't just like put it on my lips because I'm gonna get stuff everywhere. And yes, that is an issue with like a lot of lip products, that you get stuff on your water bottle or your glass, whatever you're drinking out of. But I think it's just more emphasized with a gloss. So I'll probably wear this from time to time. I think it is a nice look in videos, but it's still sticky. I don't like the stickiness. When I first put it on, it was actually all over my teeth. Like, I don't know, somehow my lips got all over my teeth and it felt gross. I mean, it doesn't taste bad, but it's like, it's not supposed to taste good. So anyways, I'm super excited I got to try it. Thank you so much, Shawna. But just, I want to be clear, this is my opinion on lip glosses, and I just don't think it's going to change. Okay, the next most exciting product is this Vesca Moonlit Dream. So I have actually not tried Vesca either. Look how pretty this is. It's actually kind of similar to the Fenty eyeshadow, I think, but it has more oomph. Can you see that? It's just a beautiful rosy gold. Now, I don't reach for single shadows often. When I had like liquid shadows or like stick shadows kind of like this, I never reached for them, but this is so pretty that I think I will reach for it. Oh, it's just stunning. I wanted to wear this today, but I was like, I'm not gonna wear that and the Fenty product. Okay, I need to pick up the pace here. This is a MAC blush. I actually only have one other MAC blush and I really like it. This is in the shade Warm Soul, and it looks kind of like nudie, but it shows up kind of light pink, but I do really like it. Again, this is what I'm wearing today. It's not really swatching because it is so pale, but I really enjoy that so far. We have this brush. I think I took this by accident. I did not mean to take this eyeshadow brush. It's from Stila. I don't know how I would even use this. Like, I don't know where in the eye it goes. I'm not a makeup artist. Help. I don't know. Shawna, how did you use this? And then the last two products are these concealers. This is a ColourPop Pretty Fresh and the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. So these are very different shades. I'm not sure if one was a mistake, but I just find this e.l.f. one to be so light. I have to use like the tiniest bit. It does last a while. It is fairly drying, and this is in the shade Fair Warm. I just find it such a light color. This ColourPop one I do like. It is in Pretty Fresh in the shade Light 45W. I was actually about to go out and buy a new concealer. Now I don't have to because I have these two ones. Whew. Yeah, so those are all the products I got from Shawna. Thank you so much, Shawna, for that. I forgot one more thing that Shawna gave me. This is a MAC lipstick. I have two of these. I really like the formulas. This is in Patisserie. Yeah, sorry, you can't really see it because this is like 280p, but it's just like a neutral shade. It's kind of pinky, actually, even though it looks nude, but it's got a bit of shimmer to it. So haven't fully decided how I feel about it yet, but I'm sure I'll update you in the future. And I actually have a couple of other products I got recently. Man, this has been a makeup heavy month. I have brought in so many new things into my collection in the past month. So this is the ColourPop Golden State of Mind palette. I have showed this on Instagram. This was decluttered to me by my friend Laura. Now it is an all shimmer palette, which I don't love, but some of these shades in particular, I really do enjoy. In particular, these two there, especially this one. I think I've already made a dent. And then, as you can imagine, that I do like the ColourPop formula, so I'm happy to have that, and I think I will get quite a bit of use out of some of those. Even that one there, and I've got a bit of use out of this sort of pinky mauve color there, purplish. So yeah, happy to have that. She actually posted it on Buns, and I was like, can I have? And so she gave it to me. Get your friends on Buns as well, because then when you post things each other like, it's like a really easy swap. And then I also posted these on Instagram. These are from Juvia's Place, which I'd also wanted to try as a brand, but it's not available in Canada at like a store. Like, you have to order it online. And also they've done some not great things lately. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna buy from them anyways. So I've actually only used one so far. This is the Warrior 2. I would not have purchased this product because I'm not going to get use out of all of the shades. I know that for sure. This one here, I'm definitely going to get the most use out of, and I've already done quite a few makeup looks with it. Also, this one, Zama. I really love oranges, as you know. I do have other oranges in my collection, but I'm sure I'll get some use out of that. And then also Zara, that's a nice pink shade, just like kind of a muted pinky shade. And then Yodit and Kufuru, I might get some out of those two browns, but the rest of them I really don't know if I'm even going to touch because they're just not really my shades. But I'm really happy to have it, even if just for that one shade, and I just think this is an absolutely beautiful palette. But I don't recommend buying from them anymore. You can definitely go do your research if you're curious. This one I actually had on my want list for a while, like I was thinking about purchasing it. This is the Warrior by Juvia's Place, but the issue with a lot of Juvia's Place palettes is there's just a lot of shades in each of them that I knew I wouldn't reach for. So that one there, and then those two I know I get a lot of use out of, but the other ones I'm just not sure because I don't wear cool toned eyeshadows and I don't wear blacks. So even that middle one, like, that might be a little bit too cool toned for me. But either way, I'm really happy to have these in my collection. I mean, I have 4 new palettes in my collection now, so that's super exciting, and maybe it means that I will even be able to declutter some of my old ones. That would be great. So yeah, maybe you will be seeing that one day soon. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Shawna, for decluttering all this makeup to me. Honestly, some of the stuff I'm like, why are you getting rid of it? Like, this is so nice. The Fenty products in particular. But yeah, I'm really excited to play with all of this makeup, and I don't strictly do like the one in, one out system, but I probably should get rid of some stuff now that I brought all this new stuff in. That is it. This was a long video. I will again insert the footage of me going to L'Occitane with all of my declutter products. After this, I'm just going to quickly talk about a book that I have been reading lately. So this is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. You may be familiar with this author if you have read Red, White, and Royal Blue. I actually didn't read that book. I don't read too much YA. I mean, it's sort of cusp of YA romance novel because all the characters are like early 20s, and I also don't read that many romances, but if I found it at the library I probably would pick that one up. This one I was a little disappointed by. I know that people like that other book better than this one. This one got some mixed reviews, but the first half I was like real bored. I think in the first third I was like, should I put this down? Like, I'm just not interested at all. It definitely picked up. It got better in the second half, and I overall enjoyed it. I think I would give it like a 3.5 out of 5. I can't decide if I should give it a 3 or a 4 on Goodreads, but I'm kind of leaning towards a 3. But yeah, so this is a queer romance between, her name is August, I really like that name, and Jane. And Jane actually lives on the subway. She has been cursed. She can't leave. I don't know what else to say about this. I think if that sounds fun to you, if you like young adult romances and you're not too picky, I think you would enjoy it, but I just was not really blown away by this, and I was kind of confused about what all the fuss was about. It's also very long. This is like over 400 pages, which like for a romance book, like I don't need a book to be that long. So yeah, that is what I've been reading lately. Now let's go to the footage where I show you my process of taking my empties to L'Occitane. Hi, this is not a vlog, but I thought it would be fun to sort of take you behind the scenes of what's going on today. So you can see my ring light in my background there. I'm obviously not set up, but I'm planning to go to L'Occitane today. I've been planning to do this for a long time, and I have some things to do. So basically, maybe I should rest my arm on something. I have a bunch of makeup that is expired that I want to take in for recycling. Obviously, I cannot hand it off to someone else and I couldn't use it myself, but I do need to get rid of the product itself. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Okay, so here, this is the bag with all of my like non-makeup empties, so skincare, shampoo, body care, hair care, all that kind of stuff that is in there. I do have a video on that on my channel. I will link it here. These are all of the makeup empties that I finished this year, or this past year rather. So obviously a ton of stuff there. I also have a video about that. And then in this little box, I had all of the products that expired this past year. And so I've just spent some time sort of digging into these products and taking out the actual product that was left. As you can see, I just sort of use a little, that implement there. Ooh, it's disgusting. And then I put it into this jar. It looks disgusting, I know, oh my god. And you know, I obviously opened up, for example, this product. I just took out what was inside. So yeah, I read up on it, and apparently you were supposed to put all of the expired makeup into a jar and then throw that out, because that way the product is not actually seeping into the earth. So it does end up in the landfill, but it's not going to, you know, pollute the earth in the same way. So there we go. Ooh, it's kind of disgusting, but I'm glad that I remembered to do this. I do also have to call them because I'm not actually sure what they take. Last time they didn't take mascara wands or eyeliners, so I'm gonna call them in a little bit and find out what they take. It's easier with products like this. Obviously I just wiped it out, but with like lip products that aren't lipsticks, I don't know how to get the actual product out. Like if you turn it upside down, it's not like it just automatically comes out, you know what I mean? So those two are not lip products. Those are eye products actually, so is that, but I don't know how to get those out. So I'm gonna bring them and see what they say. Okay, that took way longer than anticipated. It was so hard to actually clean out some of those products, and also like I tried to get everything out of it, but at the end I was like, should I just rinse these products? And then the sink got all disgusting, and I had also washed my makeup brushes. So yeah, this was just like all over. Dealing with makeup kind of day. I'm really happy to have all these things out of my collection. Hopefully I will never have to actually get rid of makeup again from here on out. Hopefully I will either pan it myself or pass it on to someone else, so I will never have to actually like throw out product, because I hated that. It was really gross. It made me feel bad. It was just challenging. It also just generally feels really good to get this stuff out of my place. I mean, these are empties that I've had since the beginning of 2021. So they've been here for a year now, like, you know, just over a year. And I'm really glad to get them out because they take up a lot of space. And I know I'm going to be doing this again for the next year. I've already started collecting the empties that I've had from January 2022. So it's time to get out the old ones. My partner will be happy to see them leave. So that is going to be it for this video. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope this helps. Bye-bye!